Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have Melissa on here. You guys remember Melissa? We went antiquing together and we brought Olive with us, which that was a fun experience. Bringing a baby to an antique store. Maybe not the best idea, but anyways,
Pretty good.
She did really good. She did. Today we are going to pick out some trees for Melissa's garden. I'm going to take you guys to her place. We are going to be doing a project in her side garden too, right? I think that's considered like a side garden.
Side of the house.
Yeah. So we both have side garden projects going on right now, which is exciting. So we are going to head over to a couple of garden centers, see what we can find, and hopefully come home with a truckload of trees.
That'd be ideal.
Yeah. All right, let's go. This is Mel's first time here.
I am in heaven.
This
is next level.
Right? Okay, so when we walk in, so let's start at the beginning because we skipped the entrance. Yes, get a cart. We just started we came in hot. We didn't even get a cart. So when you walk in, they just have a ton of house plants. They have a beautiful selection of pottery and clothes and house things, decorations. I mean, just look at this. This is just spring on a table right here. Look at how stunning all of these items are. I love this. And look at that. It just keeps going and going and going. It's so magical. So let's just walk through here. Are you seeing any houseplants that you love? Yeah.
But I truly have so many.
You do.
I really need
To hone it down. Oh.
I need to focus my money on the outside.
Yes, I know. We need the trees.
Oh my gosh.
This is so cute.
Strawberry.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love that. I'm in my strawberry era. Anything strawberry right now is yes for me. I don't know why. I saw a strawberry butter container and I almost bought it and I was like, stop. You have 3 butter little thick containers.
Good at it.
Yeah. I was like, stop buying so many. Oh, look at these cactus. Yeah. It's awesome. Look at all of this. Oh, I love it so much. All right. So when we go out here, this is where they're going to have all of the outdoor furniture. They also have beautiful perennials. They have vines. Let's just go look at the perennial table real quick. I know. Isn't that pretty? Just on a summer day. Oh, on the deck. Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Picnic bench on the back. I'm not complaining, but
I know.
I've got good.
Yeah.
These are just so beautiful.
They are. That's how I feel. I'm like, well, we already have a table, but at the same time.
We talked about doing a little 2-seater.
You do.
As we step out the glass
Yeah.
door.
You should. I think adding more seating, especially because you guys have such a big area.
Also, the back deck is a whole area you and I could design up and situate as a separate project.
Yes.
Save some more money. Next year. Maybe.
Yes. 100%.
Okay, I love these.
These are Pyrrhus, and let me just tell you, these are so interesting in the garden.
Yeah.
They are a really beautiful winter interest, and there's so many different varieties.
Do they stay green?
They do,
Leaves?
yeah,
I
for
like
us,
that.
yeah.
Cool.
But they just come out and bloom. Just look at this, and you can actually train them to be a tree form. So it'll be a smaller little tree form. Yeah.
Because this is kind of what I was thinking about.
Okay.
Something like this as a bigger tree form.
Okay.
For that
area.
For the driveway.
Oh, okay.
Alternating, doing 2 maybe smaller trees.
Okay.
2 other bigger trees.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I think I might have to stick with 3 just for spacing. So
okay.
Flip it however way we feel. But,
Okay.
I've had my thoughts on a cherry blossom tree.
Oh, yeah.
But I have this other tree that I cannot figure out the name of.
Okay.
It's all around my neighborhood.
Okay.
I love it, and it provides kind of big cones.
Okay.
Of flowers.
Ooh, okay.
But it's a tree. It's not
a shrub.
Variety of a hydrangea, right?
No,
There's
yeah.
a cone hydrangea.
There is the panicle hydrangea.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not that.
It's not
but
that.
It's a similar looking style. The flowers come out a little differently, but I
We'll
really
look.
feel like I have to just see it.
Then you'll be able to identify what it is?
I think so.
Okay.
As long as they have a picture, because right now, even in the neighborhood, they're not blooming yet.
Okay.
They've got buds, but so it would be
hard to identify.
hard
Okay.
to identify. I'd have to see a live picture of it.
Okay. No, these are great. These are going to get 8 by 10. So they get quite big. Yeah, 8 by 10.
That's really tall.
I think, yeah.
That's kind of perfect.
It is.
To like shape it myself.
Yeah, and there's so many different varieties. Like I want to show you at another garden center.
Bigger ones.
They do, yeah. I think at another garden center they have ones that are a little bit bigger. But we can also see over here.
I love these.
Yeah, ooh. Heather, these are really nice for like winter blooming.
Yeah.
Winter interest. Yeah. Man,
I just also would love something that stays green.
Okay.
To have at least one of the two options.
Okay.
Something that will.
Ooh, you know what? Also, I'm thinking like viburnums. Yeah, this is a viburnum. Yeah. Here you go. So you can see how they're going to bloom.
I love these. Yep,
yeah.
I've definitely seen those in the yard.
They're really nice. I think these will be pretty though, like planted like in a drift. You know what I mean?
What do you mean by
just like a drift like this, kind of like,
okay,
like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I was also even thinking once we get the trees in and they start to grow, like we could fill in with some small pieces along that strip as well.
Yeah, trees will be first. That will be our anchor.
Yeah.
Everything will kind of go around the trees, and then we can start dreaming and planning for smaller things.
And this could be something we keep in mind for the side yard project.
Yeah.
Instead of the driveway.
Yeah, for sure. But like these make such a good hedge too. You know what I mean? Just like a ton of them planted together.
Beautiful.
And they just kind of look like a cloud of flowers and greens. It's
love to see that.
so pretty. And oh my gosh, and there's so many different varieties of viburnum too. Okay. So let's go out. Gosh, I'm just so excited. Oh, see, here we go, Mel. This is another viburnum. Isn't that stunning? Look at that.
Oh, you gave me a
I gave you a viburnum from our garden. I don't think it was this one.
And I totally killed it.
Oh,
I planted it and did not water it. It was in a part of the yard that was
just
not
accessible easily.
Yeah, and I did not give it my time and attention.
I don't want to say we buy too many plants, but we buy a lot of plants.
You buy a lot of plants.
We do. And sometimes we don't use them, but I love them. Like I get excited about them at the garden center, and then I'm like, well, I don't know. So guess where they go? Mel's house. So they end up
happily.
Yeah. So they end up like being a gift really to our friends, which
we're so lucky.
Yeah. So our driveway does look a little bit crazy all of the time because we always have plants. But guess what? They end up usually going to Mel or my friend across the street, Christine. So it just goes. They get good homes.
Somewhere
yeah, they do.
Most of the time.
They do. Even these.
This one excuse that I killed. And that one was dug up from your yard.
That one was dug up from my yard. It was. I like it.
It would have transplanted so well. If
Yeah.
I had just taken care of
It's okay. It's okay. We live and we learn.
Yes,
it's okay.
exactly.
This would be really nice too.
But we need we don't necessarily need a second one, but
No.
if we do we do multiple smaller trees.
Yes. So you want to always plant in like threes and odd numbers, 3s, 5, 7. That only makes sense. So in the beginning, I was planting like 1, 2, and that it's not cohesive.
No.
So we have to go 3.
5.
Yeah. 3s and 5s.
Yeah.
Like I like to stick with that number it just looks better. And we either plant them in like groupings or in drifts together. Mel and I are just doing a lot of garden stuff. So I'm throwing a lot of stuff.
At the beginning.
Yes, we are. We are. Yeah.
Okay, I did want to mention I just talked with Matt about, where the yard debris, like the garbage cans are. That corner, obviously not super tucked back, but we would like to do like a weeping Alaska or something that isn't going to get massive. Like a Doug fir, anything, a pine.
Okay.
We're not looking for too big.
Okay.
So
you just want something to just kind of like mask it a little bit.
Yeah, and just kind of start it off. And obviously the Weeping Alaska is like a different style than the rest.
Yeah.
But we want just a little more filler in that corner.
Okay.
And then to do more of this
stuff like this. Okay. All right. Well, let's look at trees then and see what we can come up with.
There's more of them.
Okay. Yep.
Right?
Yep. More vibrant. And these are all different varieties. But you can see, like, do you see how the leaves are so different too?
Yeah, they are really dramatic.
But look at the flower power on this one.
I know.
This is gorgeous.
This one matches what that one was.
Yeah.
Before.
Yep. Spring bouquet, compact viburnum.
More unruly though.
Mm-hmm. They are. Yep.
I kind of like. I want things to look full and feel feel full, but I also am very much into shaping.
Shaping, okay.
Things. And I feel like I would rather do it from a slightly smaller.
Okay.
Like that size seemed perfect.
Okay.
I feel like I'd be cutting so much of this back. Vision can totally be adapted and more.
Okay.
I love the idea of more floral along the driveway.
Right.
And just coming to the end.
Right.
With an evergreen.
Okay. Sorry, do you like that? Do you like the ones that we have in the front?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So this one's going to be a little bit more narrow.
Yeah, I would like it to be a little like that.
Exactly. Yeah, something like this. So this is the one that we have. So this is a weeping blue. Actually, This is not the one that we have. This is a little bit small. Yeah, weeping blue Alaska cedar. This will get 40 feet tall, 15 feet wide.
Lovely.
That's perfect.
That is perfect.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find a bigger one though. See, it's hard because they're just starting to get more trees in. You know.
Where's the second spot that you want to go?
Farmington Gardens.
You were just there.
Yeah,
right.
I'm always there.
I remember watching that video.
Okay, I'm always at Farmington.
I was watching it with Tia, Olive, and Adriana came in to drop in Brooklyn, and she was like, "Oh, what you watching?" And I told her, and I was like, "This is actually my friend.
Yeah,
she's my parents' neighbor." And she's helping me with stuff.
Yeah. That's so funny. I know.
I think that was the episode I was watching.
Yeah. We'll go to Farmington's, and they do have bigger trees there.
Bigger.
Yeah.
It's
not as full, but remember, ours wasn't super full in the beginning either.
Okay.
It
just looks so sparse up top.
Yeah.
130?
So, yeah.
Okay.
So this one's 14 feet by 5. Okay, so I don't think there's going to be too much back here. I do think. Yeah.
What are these all fruits?
So a lot of these.
Cherry blossom.
Yeah, so these will be some deciduous trees. So they keep the evergreens over here. So deciduous are going to be like the ones that not die back, but they lose their leaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have to ask
That's
at this age, but I'm
learning.
Always willing to learn.
We listen and we don't judge. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, trust me, when I started gardening too, I made so many mistakes. I remember growing zinnias and cutting them and they would bush out and I was like, oh my gosh, there's more flowers. It was just
that is what I love about gardening.
I know.
You live, you learn.
Yes. That's the best part of it. A ginkgo tree would be so beautiful in your garden. They have the most interesting little, have you ever seen a ginkgo? Yeah. No.
This actually might be one of the other ones I was thinking from around my...
Let me show you. Look at this. This is what...
looks like a nice...
40
foot by 30 foot though.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's actually really big.
That will get big. So it would need space to grow.
I was also thinking too that if we chose bigger trees that were going to go higher up, I could keep it trimmed lower. And then go lower with something else.
Exactly.
We could make the viburnum.
Yeah,
Viburnum more bushy.
Exactly. And you can. So if you limb things up, that gives you planting room.
Yeah.
Around it. But look at how pretty.
Oh, Matt would love that too.
Look at the leaves.
Yes.
Isn't that so cool?
Pretty.
I think a ginkgo tree would be stunning.
Yeah.
In your garden.
That's a real contender.
Yeah. Mel likes this ginkgo. This is an autumn gold ginkgo. It gets 40 feet tall by 30 feet wide. Now remember, it gets when you say wide, it's going to be 15 from the middle this way and 15 this way.
Okay.
So that's the 30. Yeah.
So something else we need to consider is we're going to plant 5 to 6 feet away from that little fence between my neighbor and I.
Okay.
And I've talked to him about this and he's not worried at all.
Okay.
But he also has dahlias planted there too.
Oh, okay.
So I also would want to be really mindful and clip maybe the branches tighter from the back.
Right.
So that it's not impeding on his area.
Okay.
As much. I don't like limbs from our yards going into our neighbors.
Exactly.
That's kind of my biggest concern.
Look, you guys, don't we just love Mel? Isn't she just our favorite for saying things like that? I love that. If you have a good neighbor that works with you, you know what I mean? I feel like me and your parents, we're we have a good understanding. Keep things controlled on both sides. Yeah. We always are checking in.
Mm-hmm. And he is not going to mind it.
Yeah.
He's, I think, very open and friendly. To more life.
Yeah, and that
it's just
side.
so bare there.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities. Yeah. So we'll definitely consider this ginkgo. I think that would be stunning. in the garden. So the goal for Mel, or I think the goal I have for you, is to have a really good mix of like evergreens, deciduous, and then fruit trees.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you love fruit so much and just like...
I want to be able to can.
Yes. Mel is like...
fresh fruit.
Yeah.
Like we love supporting our local farmers market. But also like it adds up. It's really expensive when you're buying from a farmer's market.
Exactly.
Like good quality.
Yeah. And in the summertime, like if you can have it yourself, grow it yourself, it's like, I want to do that. And the fact that she wants like a weeping tree for Olive.
Whimsical.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me so happy.
I want her to have like a fairy.
Yeah. Like a little fairy garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not
I love that. Yeah. I think growing up, like I wish I would have had more spaces like that to enjoy and like have that play in our garden. We sometimes get so focused on like having beautiful gardens, like tidy gardens. I know I do.
Yeah.
But we forget. Yeah. But we forget to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like have moments
and
of
let
play.
It just like go a little.
Yeah. So
get a little unruly.
Yeah, a little bit unruly, which is fun. It can be fun. Yeah.
It's more fairy tale.
Yeah. When the OCD kicks in, it's not fun. But other than that, it's really fun. The other tree that I want to get for you is like a hinoki, like a false cypress, something like this. They don't get too big. Iseli. Iseli has like some of the best trees. We went to their tree farm.
Oh, okay.
Well, not tree farm, but we went to their like garden center, their wholesale, and it was just the craziest thing you've ever seen. Oh my gosh. I couldn't.
Where do you see one of these?
I actually see this in the side garden because I feel like you do need an evergreen there.
Yeah.
They're not very big, but they have such a beautiful feathering like shape to them. Yeah, it is. Never mind. This is a spiralis hinoki, not the one I was thinking of, but that is gorgeous. Look at that. Yeah. I love that. I'm going to show you the one that I'm thinking of, but it's like a dwarf variety. It doesn't get very tall. Okay. But I do think just having one in that corner of your house would be like chef's kiss. It'd be beautiful.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. These are some of the magnolias. These are beautiful when they're in full bloom, but they do make a little bit of a mess, but they're so stunning.
They are so beautiful.
They are.
They get so big.
They do. They get pretty massive.
See, I'm wondering if it might be any of these back here.
It could be. I mean, those don't have any panicles, but let's look at the weeping. Oh, you know what too, Mel? You should get a dogwood. I love dogwoods. No? Really? I love dogwoods.
It isn't my priority.
Okay.
Over other things.
Okay, that's good to know. So these are going to be flowering crab apples. Crab apples are beautiful.
Okay,
if you don't have... Yeah, no, they're stunning. I love a crab apple. Look at that. Coral burst flowering crab apple. Yep, flowering cherry. That's pretty. I love that bark. I don't love the shape of that one. Yeah, I like the one behind it. I don't like that one either. Yeah, that one looks good. This one's too much heavy branching on one side, but not enough on the other. That is gorgeous. Yes.
It's not bad. So this could be, I mean, if we did this though, would you feel like we would need two or one cherry and then go?
So for the driveway?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, doing like a cherry, the ginkgo, and we can play with the placement, right? Yeah. And then in between is where we come in after with some smaller flowering things. Yeah. Almost creating, I'd love to create a little bit of a, like a pollinator strip over there. You know what I mean? Things that kind of die back, but it's very, like a lot of flower.
Yeah, and that's also power. Where I would love to have some more, like low tree bushes.
Okay.
Have greenery throughout the year.
Okay, so more evergreens on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's put these two at the top. What do you think? Yeah, Mel and I are just measuring by our heart. We're measuring with our heart, okay?
That would be like furious if we're not actually measuring. Like I could have just done like the step one, like I just did. Our yard.
Yeah.
Of the area we're trying to
That's okay. Here's the thing.
It's all good.
Yeah, it all works out. Look at my garden, okay? Yeah. There's trees. It's tree galore.
I love the tightness.
Yeah.
That is definitely more of the like, it has to be strictly, the safe spacing and all of that.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of this where I'm going to have to be like, you got to let that go.
Yeah, we'll work with them.
Yeah.
We'll fudge the numbers.
Terrible.
No, we're just gonna fudge the numbers a little bit.
Okay, but the symmetrical brain wants to put 1 cherry and 2 of those
Ginkgos. Okay, we can do that. I mean, I think you could also create something a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
You could do like a ginkgo. Are you guys a maple fan or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Maples. Yeah.
I think a Japanese maple would look stunning.
Okay.
That we should go to Farmington for. Okay, I think maple.
Maple in the middle, flowering.
Yeah, because the ginkgo, you can choose where the ginkgo goes. Like, it just depends on what you're trying to attract closer to the house. I think we also just need to play, like, if you're inside of your house and you look out, what are you seeing? Do you want to see the ginkgo? Do you want to see the flowering cherry? I think the Japanese maple, like, I think a coral bark would be interesting. It has that beautiful coral bark. That's why it's called a coral bark maple. That's really pretty. But even just like a green leaf maple, Japanese maple would look beautiful. So just, I think having like diversity would be pretty.
Cool. That's why we're doing this together.
Okay.
I haven't seen things come together like you have in so many different spaces.
Yeah.
So my brain is very like rigid and what I can picture.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that would be pretty.
That's why we're doing this together.
Okay. I love it.
Okay,
I love a crab apple. I like crab apple more than I like a flowering cherry.
Ooh, okay.
That's just my opinion.
So that's what we're looking at right over here.
Yeah, so those are crab apples. And then I think these back here. So we have a couple of them in our garden, and I would love to add like 20 because I love them so much. Okay. So let's just look at this one. It's so fun getting your friends excited about trees. It's so fun. Like, I love this so much.
This is like, our love language.
It is our love language. It's certainly my love language. You guys know me. We could talk trees all day, every day. Love that.
See, these really need
so pretty.
Let me forget.
Yes, the pieras.
These in mind.
Okay.
And the viburnum.
Okay.
For the driveway, maybe next section.
Okay. Sounds good.
We'll see how finances turn out after we do the side yard.
Yeah.
And then if there's anything left over,
then we come shopping for.
I'm really trying to not bust my budget.
I know. Okay. You're not with the right person.
Claudia.
You're talking to the wrong person, ma'am.
Yeah. But you're also so the right person. I just mean I have to be strict with you.
Yeah, you do. You have to put your foot down. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these. Don't you just want to walk on these?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
See, I definitely want some ground cover in the side yard project.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because then we can cover the mulch, and that way you don't have to mulch as often.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting. Mm-hmm. I am all for more ground cover this year. Yeah, I mean, ground cover is like we're entering a whole nother world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I feel like level 4 or 5.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can get real crazy about ground cover. It's fun. It's real fun. All right. So do we want to get these?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we go for it.
All right.
So what's the process of?
I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, let's get some carts. We are going to put you guys down for a sec because we don't have.
It's game time.
6 hands. And we're going to. It's game time. We're going to get some trees and then pay for them and then head over to one more garden center.
Yeah.
Because we can.
Yep.
So I've always dreamt of having a ginkgo tree. So the fact that you're getting one, I'm so jealous and happy. I've loved a ginkgo tree. I've always wanted one. We just didn't have the space with all of the other trees that we planted. That I was like, doesn't it make sense to get one?
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Cool.
Shoot her anyway?
Yeah.
One way or another?
Yeah. Let's just go put her closer to. Here we go. All right, guys. We just made it to Farmington. We are going to try to be better because we spent, well, I wouldn't say too much time, but we spent a lot of time. We did.
Yeah. More than I would have imagined.
Yeah. And we met a lot of really great people there too, which was fun.
That was a lot of the time.
Wasn't it?
We literally ran into people at the very end.
Yeah. They were so lovely. I love meeting gardeners.
Yeah.
Gardeners are the best.
Time well spent.
Yes, for sure. Mel is also looking for a weeping cedar. So this is the one that we have in the front in our yard that kind of weeps over, and that thing grew. Do you see how big it got?
It's beautiful.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
It's so full.
It is. So we are thinking something like this, but we're going to wait for a second and we're going to see if they have any ginkgos here that have a better shape. And then we're also going to look at maples and see what they have. So I'm thinking either like a green leaf.
Yeah, I like the idea of a green leaf.
I think so too. The coral bark is nice too, but I think everybody should have a green leaf in their garden. I love to see so many faces out right now. It just really feels like the beginning of springtime. Every garden center we've gone to so far has been packed with people. Yeah. Everybody's out. Yes. I know. Yesterday was terrible. Look, you guys, I'm so happy. We were going back and forth. And then Emily.
This feels better.
Right.
For the structure of everything.
It does. Yeah. And Emily came out. Emily is the manager here at Farmington Gardens, and she helped us decide. We're like, yes, let's do this. Yeah, she's the best. And then we have a ginkgo, which we love. But and then Melissa is like, okay, let's go. And then guess what? She just wants to peek in to what's going on over there. So let's go peek. Let's park her. Mel is looking for this tree in her neighborhood, and it's a true standard tree. It's not a standard hydrangea, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and it's has smaller leaves, but it has these big panicle flowering heads, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to keep our eyes out. And when we get to Mel's house, we're going to see if we can try to identify it. It's hard to identify things that are not fully leafed out yet, but we're going to give it our best go. And these, dappled willows, they're so pretty. There's one in our neighborhood. I'll show you. Okay. It's really gorgeous. And you know what else I really like? These black lace elderberry. They do get big. Look at that. Oh. And these you can cut back and they come back with a vengeance. They're so amazing. They have green ones too, but we definitely want to add one of the, they're incredible. Amazing. Proven winners. Love you for this one. We're all really getting into Pieris over here all of a sudden. Look at this color. This raspberry one, but look at this one too. Isn't that so stunning?
Gosh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous? Let's see. It is a Dorothy Wyckoff.
Oh, I love it.
Just look, it's
one of these.
I know.
It's so beautiful.
Isn't that pretty?
I love these. We see these in the neighborhood
all the time. And they're just I'm just excited about these.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something like this in between each of these trees.
Yeah, would be so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely adding more.
Yes.
Would be stunning. Yeah, euonymus. Yeah, these are really pretty.
Good in between.
These would be good.
Right?
Yeah. These are really great, but I would, again, this is not a specimen, so we would need to get groupings of these.
Okay.
So these are really good, for hedges or groupings of 3 or 5, just create a little bit of interest. But these are a great backdrop for perennials and annuals. And they can get pretty big. We used to have a couple of these in our garden. Okay. And again, what I like about them, evergreen. I like the variegation. So when you're also thinking about what you're going to plant, you want to have things with different textures.
Yeah.
So different textures, different looks, some variegation, some lighter, some darker, just to make it really cohesive. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why I always start with let's do the trees, and then we move down.
Too.
Exactly. And then we can play. Yeah. With all of this, but it is fun to start thinking about
it's getting me excited to have it full.
Yeah.
Also, maybe we don't overcommit.
Yeah.
That's my own
I mean, I overcommit all the time. Right? So, but I'm trying as your friend, I'm okay, let me hone in and keep her together. Here's a great example of layering, right? I mean, obviously these are elevated.
Yes.
So we have to keep be mindful of that. But this is how I would use the viburnum. I mean, just look at how beautiful that is. And look at all of the little pollinators already coming to it. Love.
Why couldn't we seeing them at this size? This is exactly what I picture. This is a good size for the middle of a section.
Yeah.
This is a good size for the middle of another section.
It is. So you're trying
with other plants
in between. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think we're kind of honing in on her idea. Yeah. And going back to what I'm saying, I can tell you all of the things, but it's your garden. Right. You know what I mean? I
just do trust your opinion and your
love that.
Yeah, your knowledge
Thank you.
Much more than my
Oh,
own, right?
Yeah, but I'm still learning so much, Mel. Don't give me all that credit, but thank you.
But my mind does see this work.
I do think so too. And this viburnum too, you guys, is just...
It's beautiful.
Chef's
this
kiss.
is so close to what that other tree is.
Right.
And that's that we can't name. This whole video, they're just going to be like, I know what it is. I wish they could tell me.
Yes, we're going to find out.
But we will find out.
We will find out. But here's the other thing too. Like, I think that would be very interesting in terms of texture too. So you're kind of staying in the same colorway.
Yeah.
Depending on which purist you go with. But the texture's so different.
And I love that.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
And even once we find the name of that tree too, we could even add that into the mix.
Right.
Because it's also a small, I mean, that's a whole other thing. So it's good. We're not committing to this.
We're not committing yet.
Next level,
but this will be stage 2. Stage 1 is tree.
Yep.
Stage 2 is shrubs. And then we'll get into 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
And maybe even 6. We don't know what 6 is, but we're going to get to it. Come on. Yes.
You know, like the mix.
Yeah. Look at you getting into it. Yes. Exactly.
Don't let me forget.
Okay. I won't. I won't.
3.
Yeah. Look at this, Mel.
And
look at that. There's so many interesting things.
And they're really full.
They are. They are. And look at this one. Oh.
5. Okay.
Look at that.
Oh, so pretty.
Stunning. All right, guys. We loaded up the trees. Look at us. Me and Mel did this all by ourselves. We're having a little difficulty with the tie downs, but we figured it out. And now we are gonna go grab a bite. All right, we made it to Mel's house and we got Olive with us. Say hi. Do you wanna wave? Oh, she's waving. That's so cute. You guys, that is so cute. All right, Mel and I are going to unload the trees and then I'll show you guys the areas that we're gonna be working on another day, of course. But we had so much fun buying those trees, you guys. It was the best.
We should have bought more than the 3 we have in the back.
I know. We were out all day and we only got 3 trees, but I feel like we got so many great ideas.
We did.
Which is like...
We also had to talk through the process a lot.
Yeah. We had to talk through everything and all that jazz. So let me put you guys down for a second. We're gonna unload. So here's what we're thinking. This is the area that we're going to be planting the trees that we got. And the goal is to come in with more trees eventually. But we're going to space them out over here. We're going to orient them. We're not planting today. But we'd like to get those 3 big anchor trees down. And then we will do some smaller things in between. And then, of course, come in and edit with perennials and shrubs and annuals and all of that with time, but at least we're going to get the anchor pieces in to this area here. All right, well, we're just perfect timing because it's starting to rain. Yeah, it was beautiful all day, and now it's starting to rain. But this is kind of the way we're thinking, is having these trees here now, because we're seeing so much space in between. This gives us a lot of opportunity to come in with smaller evergreens, so not just shrubs, but other evergreen trees to line along this way. Obviously, we're not going to plant in a row like this because we wanted to make it a little bit more interesting. But I want to treat these trees kind of like our front interesting things and then have a little bit of evergreen interest behind them, if that makes sense. So I think this is going to be a really great start as like some anchor pieces, and then we can come in and edit after that. That crab apple is just going to be magnificent when it flowers. I cannot wait. And then over here, let me show you guys the other area we're going to be working on eventually is right over here. So what we want to do is I think they're going to continue the path over here to this side yard project. So the goal is to carry this bed all the way throughout here, right? And then we're going to have like a path in between. And then we will come in. I know they're going to be building some structural pieces here for this wisteria, right? To climb on. This one?
We'll do a post
here.
Somewhere near it. Yep.
Okay.
In the middle.
Okay.
And by the far one.
Okay, to allow it to climb. Yep. That's what you want? Okay. Yep. To travel over. Yep. And then we will start shaping this bed. I at least want to come in. I know we're not probably going to plant it all the way up, but I at least want to come in and start defining this bed. All right, guys. Well, I think that will do it for today's video. I had so much fun hanging out with Mel all day. Like we spent way more time than I thought we were going to spend together.
But not more money.
Not more money. We were really good with our budget today, which, you know what? Sometimes you just need a girlfriend to come with you and like be smart. I know I'm usually influencing people like, just, it's fine. We're just gonna buy, we'll figure it out later. But we were really methodical with what we're doing in this garden this year. So anyways, I'm really looking forward to coming back, showing you guys the progress of how this garden is going to take shape and all of the beautiful things that we're going to be doing to it. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.